your first flipped classroom video of the school year. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do a lesson on factors and multiples. Why don't you take a minute and think about what factors actually are, what are multiples, and on your sheet, on your note sheet that you were given, go ahead and come up with your own prediction. What are factors, what are multiples? Okay, at this point you should have something written down. One of the most common errors all people make is not knowing the difference between what factors actually are and what multiples are. Factors are those small numbers that make up a larger product. For example, if we use 10 as our example, factors of 10 are all the small numbers you multiply together to give you 10. So, for example, we could do 1 times 10. We could say 2 times 5. And that's all we have. And these little things are called factor pairs. Okay, they're a pair. Those two numbers together will always give you the product of 10, and that's it. So the number 10, we say, has 4 factors. And you can see them all right here. 1, 2, 5, and 10. These are all factors of 10. Factors are always starting with 1. 1's a factor of every single other number, and they go up all the way up to the number itself. In this case, the number 10. Multiples, on the other hand, are not factors. They are different. Multiples are if we're going to use 10 as our example, if we start with 10 and we multiply 10 times 1, which equals 10, and then 10 times 2, which is 20, 10 times 3, 30, 10 times 4, 40, etc. Okay? When you're skip counting by tens, the numbers you land on, those are called multiples. If you notice, multiples, the smallest multiple of any number is actually the number itself. And it increases. All the other multiples of that number are higher than the original number. Where factors, all factors are less than the number itself. And the number itself is the largest factor of any single number. That is the difference between factors and multiples. What we're going to do right now is go through, once again, factors are numbers that you can multiply together to get another number. The example here, 2 times 3 is 6. The 2 is a factor, the 3 is a factor of the product, which is 6. We're going to learn now Mr. Haller's U-shaped method for factoring. And we're going to use our divisibility rules, or knowledge of divisibility rules, to help us in the U-shaped method. But here's how the U-shaped method works. First off, put the number you're going to factor out right on top. Put a little line, and underneath it, we are always, always, always going to start with 1 times the number itself. We're creating a factor pair here. 1 times 12. Now, I'm going to go in sequential number order straight down until I'm done. 1 times 12. After 1 comes the number 2. And I'm going to use my knowledge, my divisibility rules knowledge here, to see if 2 is a factor of 12. Since 12 is even, I know 2 must be a factor, because 2 is a factor of every single even number. So 2 times what, I ask myself, gives me 12. And of course the answer is 6, because we know our basic facts. 2 times 6 is 12. After 2 comes the number 3. I need to decide, is 3 a factor of 12? And it is, because once again, I know my basic facts. Plus, I know the divisibility rule for 3, and I can try it. And 3 times 4 is 12. After 3 comes the number 4, but I already have a 4. That tells me to stop. Once I stop, I can look, and I'm going to draw an actual U around it. If I follow this U, I have all my factors listed out in sequential order. And I just rewrite them. You always rewrite them with a comma in between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Those are the factors of 12. Let's look at some more examples. Let's look at the factors of 24. Always start with 1 times the number itself. So 1 times 24. 2, yes, it's even. 2 times 12 is 24. After 2 is 3. Yes, I know my basic facts. 3 times 8, 24. After 3 is 4. Does 4 work? Yes. Basic facts. 4 times 6, 24. After 4 comes the number 5. I know, once again, because of my divisibility rules and my basic facts, I know 5 does not go into 24. 5 is not a factor of 24. So I don't put 5 down at all. After 5 comes what number? 6. We already have a 6 sitting there waiting for us. That tells us we are done. We stopped. We found every factor. Draw a U around it. List out the individual factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. These are the factors of 24. So in the U-shaped method, you keep going in number order until you come to a number that you already have on the right-hand side. Or, if it was a perfect square, like 9, for example, 1 times 9, and then 3 times 3, the factor, the number is multiplied by itself. That also tells me to stop. And then once you stop, that means you found them all. Follow a U-shaped pattern. Use your divisibility rules, and you will find all of the factors of any number. This is how you use Mr. Haller's U-shaped method.